Hi everybody. Today we're going to be making a glittery forest floor card on as a mini slimline card. So mini slimline cards fit into regular envelopes, just regular envelopes that you would, send a check in. So that's what we're doing today. So these envelopes are 3.5 by 6.5, these normal envelopes. So what we're going to do is we're going to be making a card that is actually 3.5 by 6.25. Okay, so this is my card base. So when you do this, you cut your cardstock down to 6.25 by 7. And I recommend to you that once you cut the 7 length, you immediately score it down the center so that you don't get the sides mixed up, because they look very similar. And when it's finished, it fits nicely into this envelope. I actually like to take mine and cut them down even another 1/8 of an inch, just because I like to be able to slide them in and out really easily. So that's what I do, but it's optional. Today we're going to be using a few things. We're going to be using Nouveau glitter markers in Moroccan Sunset and Tropical Rainforest. That's what these are. They're packs of 3 each. So we're going to be using 5 of these 6 markers. We're going to be using Dazzle Shimmering Bliss, S918 Forest Floor. So we're going to be masking off a portion of this. And Nature is the Art of God, SD799. So let's get started. I'm starting with a front panel that is a 3 1/8 and 5 7/8. Okay, to start this process, I actually want to make this shimmery. The glitter markers have a ton of shimmer in them, and it's really a misnomer to call them glitter markers. They're really mica markers, but I want to have my background be shimmery so that when Nature is the Art of God is stamped up here, the background of it is nice and shimmery, and I don't obscure the color of the glitter markers at all. So that's why we're using Dazzle. So we're going to start with Dazzle, and when you use my Shimmering Bliss, you need to move the mica that pools on the bottom. So you roll it so that you can move that mica around without pushing all that mica up into the nozzle. So there you go with that. You see it's nice and done. And with this one, I'm just going to put a paper towel down underneath my card front, and I'm going to give it a good little... Normally I tell you to do long, even strokes like that. You do want to be very close to the cardstock because you want to saturate it and you want to get it nice and dazzly. So I don't know if you can see it as it starts to dry a little bit. That Dazzle adds this beautiful, beautiful shimmering look to this. It's a pearly look. It's really, really pretty. And white on white, it's just gorgeous. So we're going to set that aside to dry. Well, now my shimmering piece is dried. My dazzled piece has dried. So I am going to stamp the forest floor. And I am using Distress Ink, ground espresso Distress Ink. I find that it's a nice brown. It works really well with the glitter markers. And it is great to use. So what I'm going to do first is simply stamp an index on this so I know where this is going to stamp. And this will give me an idea of where I would like to place my image. And I'm also going to stamp that same index on this piece of acetate. I like to use a piece of acetate because you can place it over your cardstock and figure out where things are going to stamp. So, and they wipe off nicely, right? And now I'm going to place my cardstock piece underneath and tack it down a little bit. And actually I'm going to move this up because I would like my piece to have the bottom on here covered. So let's put the acetate back over and see where we are with this. So that's pretty close to how I want to stamp this, but I think I would like a little bit more of this and a little bit less of that mushroom. So I'm just going to place it back on there again and place this right over the top. And I think that's just about perfect on how I would like this stamped. So let me get this re-inked and stamped the bottom, and then we'll stamp the sentiment on the top, and then we'll be good to go to start coloring. Perfect. So that's good. That's nice and deep. And then let's take this out, and I will stamp the top of this with the Nature is the Art of God. Again, I'm going to be placing the words in there. Actually, move that up a little bit. And look, that looks perfect. Okay, so now we have a stamped piece, and we can move forward to the coloring portion of this. Okay, so now we're going to be coloring with the Nouveau glitter markers, and glitter markers are really a misnomer. They're really mica-based markers, and they go down and they stay put where you want them. So these two kits, like I mentioned before, have 6 colors between them, 3 and 3. The only one I'm not going to use on this project is the Urban Graphite, the black. So when you first get these markers, you'll see that they have a white tip. And in order to move the color that's in this tube, and this is a window, this is what it actually looks like, down, you want to tap it. Tap it until that ink moves. And as you can see, after tapping it a while, you can see the ink's on there, and this color is called Fired Bricks. Okay, so let's color. So I am just going to use, on the big mushrooms, I'm going to be using the brown first. And that while that one's still kind of drying, I'm going to take my sweet apricot. I always start by getting the ink flowing. So I want to get a dot of ink there. And I'm going to go in the sweet apricot kind of in the middle here, just to lighten this up. So this will blend and kind of move that ink a little bit. So that is done. That's how you add sparkly little glimmery color to the Forest Floor stamp, using it on a Slimline card along with Nature is the Art of God at the top. And the whole thing has a beautiful dazzly shimmer because of the dazzle. I'm just going to mount this on cardstock, and I'll show you the finished result. So that is the Nature is the Art of God card, my Forest Floor shimmery glimmery shimmery card. It fits nicely into this envelope, which, yes, I have decorated the outside of the envelope with part of the Forest Floor, and you can see it fits in there gorgeously. Ready to mail. So that's the end of our tutorial today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Forest Floor and making a Slimline card, or using only a portion of it, using Nouveau glitter markers. Thank you for watching today. If you like this, give me a thumbs up on YouTube and consider subscribing to the Technique Junkie channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.